Okay, hello. I'm Matt, and this is Joe.
Hi, hello. It's me.
We are the creators of Arcanus London branch.
Yeah, one of us does all the work, which is Mad, and then there's me.
I don't do all the work. Just drawing all the pictures and designing all the characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you do all the work.
Okay. Okay, what is Arcanus London branch, you may ask?
You could ask that, indeed. So Arcanus London Branch is a webcomic based on a tabletop role-playing campaign that we are still currently playing, and for some reason we just fully committed, and we're doing a comic about it. All of the stuff that we don't really have time to do import stuff, so all of the fun sort of backgroundy stuff, I've mentioned on a couple of other places, it's kind of slice of lifey is sort of the vibe.
Yeah. Slice of life if you lived in a world where everything is true.
Yes.
Yeah. About everything you've heard about myths and magics and gods and stuff. So yeah, this video that hopefully you're watching right now is the drawing of the cover of the first season. This comic is available on Webtoon and Tapas. Yeah, this video is me doing the cover, which I believe took me about 6 hours.
Nice.
So pausing on and off. Yeah. So yeah. Also, I should say this because he does not want me to credit him, but our logo is designed by my father, who is a graphic designer and also has his own comic. But yeah, so thanks, Dad, for that comic logo. I will use it until I die. So,
hell yeah.
Let's get on to talking about the actual comic. Joe is the writer of this comic, creator of this vast world, and also our DM. So I'm really excited because some of the stuff that I get to draw is stuff that I actually haven't experienced in game. So
it's gonna be interesting to see how it affects the game as a whole. But for right now, I feel like that there's an overhanging like what the heck is the Arcanus and all of that sort of thing. So yeah, Arcanus is a world somewhat of my imaginings. It is set sort of modern day-ish, and it's also heavily inspired by mythology. With inspirations, there's quite a few. I feel like the Neil Gaiman shaped elephant in the room is I draw pretty heavily from a lot of his general works. Neverwhere, Sandman, and American Gods are kind of like the obvious ones, just in the fact that those are the examples that I have of modern fantasy. I realized when I started running the game is that I haven't watched a lot of the stuff that Monster of the Week, the game, is based on.
Oh, you mean like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Supernatural, Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've seen Scooby-Doo, and I've seen one episode of Buffy. But apparently I didn't do the homework. There is like a little bit of a horror bent to it, specifically kind of cosmic horror. I'm a huge fan of that as a whole, and I've ejected that into a lot of different games, so this is kind of the crystallized form of all of the horror tropes that I'm kind of throwing at everyone, which the comic may include some of. We'll see.
In the not very scary way, because I don't like drawing.
Yeah. Yeah. Mostly in the sort of coming down of the trauma way. Yeah.
The horror is trauma. Get ready, guys.
Oop. I also find like a lot of inspiration just pulling things from music. The two biggest, and these two bands musicians could not be more different, is Tom Waits and the band Ghost. They are both quite heavy influences in the way I've written Arcanus.
I didn't know that. Tom Waits, okay.
definitely recommend if you like just weird growled poetry.
Okay.
But yeah, his like lyricism is extremely like evocative of in certain songs, like it's very evocative of like talking about cities as like living creatures and all the kind of weird things that people kind of pass by that just kind of exist and like build this world, and it's a lot of fun absurdism that also is a little injected it. And I think while I ramble about influences, I should probably talk about the fun that is like hyperfixation and being neurodivergent. So I'm autistic, and a lot of the sort of ways that manifests is in helpful ways. I'm not going to go fully into everything. But yeah, if I hear about a thing that is very interesting, that's all I want to do. Luckily, mythology is a thing that I'm interested in, and there is a wide breadth of that.
Yeah.
And I think finally, I really wanted the cast of Arcanus to represent the incredible diversity that we have in like our little private pocket of the internet. London branch is going to be very queer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There is an entire like ace squadron.
That you guys get to meet in season 1, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, very very forefront is all of the ace characters. So I'm sorry about various shipping potentials.
Well, I mean, there is a ship you guys get.
Eventually.
Quite a few ships, actually. Yeah. Get ready to be mad. So yeah, let's talk about like the general, like, what is the mythology we're going? Well, I mean, it's all of it, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's sort of all of it.
Yeah.
Mythology is eminently fascinating, and there are so many stories that have sort of like a cultural relevance that if you were to just take them as a study of the culture, they'd be fully enlightening. Or you could take them, as I have done in a lot of cases for Arcanus, take them fairly literally. I think for like kind of the first few seasons, it's going to be very heavily Greek mythology inspired. That is mostly down to the denominations that are chosen took very early on, and so there's kind of a thrust of Greek mythology, but plenty is on the way. I set out to make all mythology real, but somehow sort of coexist with the way that humans evolved, and the magic of the world is the sort of beginning of everything, and all of the gods derive from that initial existence of magic, and kind of tried to weave a bunch of stuff together. So there's a lot of magic going on, and a lot of weird stuff. And one of the things that sort of protects the mortal world as we understand it is something called the Veil.
Yeah.
It has many names. This has existed for millennia. It is essentially some wizards got mad that the gods kept messing around with mortals' lives, and rolled up a newspaper, slapped each god on the nose, and said, "Okay, you can have one person, one family line that you mess around with, but we're kind of locking everything away." And that's and that's the Veil. It operates in kind of a way that if the Veil is broken for someone, they'll see the magical world as it is. I say magical world, they'll see the world as it is.
Yeah, it's just the whole world.
If you are behind the Veil, then often weird experiences will either be invisible to you, or will look and appear more in keeping with how you expect the world to look. You only see something if you know what you're looking for. So a big example is, what if there is a heckin' orc just walking down the street? You'll just see a very buff person.
Yeah. Or in the case of some who are like, yes, biblically correct angel. Yeah, they just look like, people that are a little bit off. Well, sometimes.
Yes, sometimes. It sort of depends.
Yeah.
In addition to kind of shrouding the magical world from everyone else and bapping the gods on the nose, these wizards formed what is known as the Idrian Arcanus, which is, where the entire game is set. The Idrian Arcanus is a sort of network of people who have the veil broken for them. They can be wizards, they can be fighters, they can be all sorts of people that investigate and protect the magical world from the mortal world, and the mortal world from the magical world. The locations of them have never changed because they are on ley lines. Ley lines just being intersections of particularly potent magic, which is present in pretty much any magical setting.
Yeah.
So now I've talked a lot, Sam.
Yes.
And the people are currently watching you draw two people. One of them is our main character. So yeah. I want to know, whomst is Ash?
Ash is Ashlyn Baker, main character that I made for this Monster of the Week game. If you guys probably can't, or probably can tell, I'm using the Chosen One playbook, and one of the things that inspired me was I listened to the Adventure Zone, and they had a Chosen One that wasn't the main character, and I was like, okay, I kind of want that, because I don't really like playing main character stuff. So instead I made a comic where my character's the main character. Ash is she's a university student, an art student who also studies history, and with specifics in mythology. And the veil is broken for her literally on the first day that she goes to the Arcanus. There's a lot of like, hey, you're a chosen one, and she's like, I don't believe you, but okay, sure, I'll go along with you guys, because I got brought along with this. And shenanigans incur because she doesn't actually leave the Arcanus for a while after that. And then she just becomes the bane of the existence of all of the people who work at Arcanus. Kind of. Specifically like two people. Yeah. Inspirations for Ash. So, like, obviously besides the Adventure Zone stuff, I really like Monster of the Week. I've played it before, but I never got to play a Chosen One. I didn't realize that, like, they're powerful but not powerful at the same time, and like it was very fun to make that. She's British Jamaican, which is very fun because I completely forget the accent all the time. And yeah, so inspirations for her. Obviously, I wanted a character that represents me, even though she doesn't look like me all that much. But a lot of the neurodivergent issues that I have, she just has it like ramped up to 10. And she is a chosen one of Artemis, who is the other person you see in the image. Yeah, the chosen line of Artemis, which that's fun. Don't expect to see Artie a lot, because Ash is she's not on great terms with parents for a good couple of seasons.
Yeah, in the hero's journey of Ash, like the kind of template, we're pretty heavily stuck in the refusal of the call. Pretty early on.
Yeah. Like, because being she's very strong, resilient, heals very quickly, and like that, because of that upbringing, like she knows how to fight, but it's been heavily advised, like, hey, don't do that, because there's some stuff that happened in the past, and it's been very much against fighting for her. But she is very caring of the people around her, meaning, like, if they need help, she will fight for them. So it's more of a focus on, I'm not fighting, I'm protecting people, or protecting my friends. So yeah, there's a lot of chosen ones.
Yeah, I feel like I mentioned a little bit before that the gods got to choose one bloodline each, and that was sort of their chosen bloodline. So, like, power set wise, it's sort of nebulous, especially because like a lot of the gods have fallen out of favor. You know, I'm sure there are communities of pagans out there who like do worship these mythological gods. So
TikTok.
yeah, just domain of TikTok. So a lot of their powers are like sort of just their various domains. Like Artemis isn't worshipped in the same way, but like she's worshipped as a god of the hunt that sort of influences the power sets. Something like, again, I'm going very Greek themed because that's sort of thing. Like, people don't worship the sun, so Apollo's chosen is mostly like just jams.
Yeah. We still haven't met Apollo. Well, we have. The Three Musketeers. You'll get this. I'm very excited about that. But yeah, for Ash being a chosen one just means like, okay, and like what am I supposed to do with this? Like, I'm not as cool as the rest of the people who work here. Like, we work with mythical beings. I just punch shit. And yeah, that's what it means for her. So yeah, this is our comic. I don't know if we answered that many questions about comic. This isn't really that long of a video.
I feel like if people do have questions though, and I'm just gonna nail this segue, we will be doing a live stream.
We are.
Where we will answer some questions.
I'm scared. I don't know.
It'll be fine. All I know I have to do is show up and say words.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it will be on twitch.tv/madcat. Yeah.
Do we know what the date is?
At this moment, official date, October 6th, I think. We are in 2 completely different time zones. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's a thing. So have fun with that. Comic schedule, we are going to be posting, so on launch we will be posting the cover episode 1 and 2, and then after that we will be posting every second week of the month, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so expect this first season to be done in about a year. Unless I feel faster, unless I get faster, feel better about trying more. I do have a full-time job. Joe does stuff.
I have a job. Yeah, so other things that we kind of want to do with video stuff is, you know, as we introduce characters, we might want to get on and kind of talk about them. Just kind of, again, sort of similar to this, like get some of Mad drawing them and a little bit of me mostly rambling about how cool they are and where the inspirations came from. So if you like this sort of thing, we might have it a bit more focused next time. We'll see.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. No, that was too early for that, right? Okay.
We could say that the algorithm yet thirsts and must be fed with likes, comments, and subscriptions.
Yes.
I believe that's how it works. You guys, you're smart people. You know how YouTube works.
Yeah. Feed our anxiety monsters, please. Yeah, you can hit us up on socials. We are Arcanus at ArcanusLB on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Mm-hmm. And on our Twitter, there is a link tree that has the links to both of our socials. I am Madcat Art on Twitter and Instagram.
And I'm at Joe on Twitter and Instagram if you want to see painted toys for whatever reason.
On your Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where I put all that shit.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. You should be seeing the final image about now. Yeah?
If we nailed the timing, yes.
So we look forward to doing more of these videos and hopefully seeing people on the live stream. And also, look out for our comic.
Yeah!
Arcanus London branch, season 1. It's beginning. And
it's happening. We're doing it.
I'm so scared. So much happening. So yeah. Oh, also another thing to check out. We both have Ko-fis. There will be a lot of art stuff that shows up on the Ko-fis that will not be on Twitter and Instagram sometimes. Mm-hmm. most of the time. Joe, I don't know what you're putting on your coffee.
Something.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, see you all next time.
Yeah. We'll come back when we have a witty sign off.